What is up, guys? It's Goody here, and welcome back to Goody27Modz month. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you around the map Verru. I'm going to be no clipping, so you can see the storyline and the story Easter eggs much more clearly, as well as no clipping around the map, so we can uncover some hidden stuff that you might not know was even there. Now, because it is zombie Verru, this was kind of before Treyarch had a really good idea that they wanted to make zombies into a huge storyline, so there's actually not that much to do with Verru in terms of like solid stuff inside this map, but there is a lot of speculation which I'm just going to run by you first of all. So Verru is where it's commonly thought that everything all began. This is kind of where they introduced like the teddy bear in the box, where the Marines started talking, and this is kind of where they wanted to kick off the zombie storyline in a way. So we think it all began, and we think Richtofen was here experimenting with 115 on the patients of the facility, as well as prisoners of war, because this was like towards the end of the Second World War. And one of these prisoners was Peter McCann, the hanging man in Shino-Numa, which is the reason why the 4 Marines came to the facility in the first place, to try and evacuate him. Now, it is a common belief that that Peter managed to get inside the power room to try and cut off the power to the facility's defenses so that he could escape. However, Samantha throws his hand onto the switch, forcing him to snap off his own arm. And we can assume that the hand on the switch is Peter's, as it is a left hand, and Peter is also missing a left hand in Shino-Numa. He's the hanging man. And now it's also possible that our other 4 characters were here at the same time too: Dempsey, Nikolai, Taki, and Richtofen, because Richtofen could have been manipulating them inside other rooms of the facility, and it would explain the origin of Dempsey, Nikolai, and Takio's memory loss, because it's a common fact that perk machines actually cause memory loss, and they were implemented in this map at the same time. And it would also explain why, if they were being transported between Verru and Der Riese via teleportation, it would explain why they say, "What the hell just happened? Is everyone okay?" At the start of the Der Riese trailer, because they have a very strong memory loss. And this is most certainly the craziest and goriest map of the 4 original ones. This gives us a real insight to what Richtofen was up to. We can see like his surgical equipment, all the blood, all the crazy writing, and like the mannequins. It's a really crazy place. It's really interesting to delve into and theorize about. So this is kind of what is in the map, and we're going to start off small with a soundbite. So the dentist chair / torture chair, if you hold X on like the wheel, the chair will like make a drilling sound, and then you will hear someone scream, and it has a right hand sawed off and stuck onto the chair. We originally thought it was Peter's hand, but obviously he's missing a left hand, not a right hand, so someone in the zombie storyline is missing a right hand. We're just not sure who. And then in the other room, in the other starting room, if you go to the morgue area, and you can hear actually a woman crying, which is really eerie. And it's the same in the power room. You can actually hear like numbers. Maybe they're coordinates, or maybe it's just like a hint towards Black Ops with all the numbers. I don't really know. So there's some really small sound bites. Then we'll get on to the writing on the wall, and this maybe this derives from like the patient's insanity in the facility. Maybe this is like Richtofen's working out or drawing. I don't really know, but there's definitely a strong connection to Samantha and Eddie. There is a teddy bear with a cross out, so obviously Samantha, or in some shape or form, was present inside Verru, as well as Richtofen with his surgical surgeon's saw, which is really interesting. There is also a crescent moon, which again stares us straight in the face that moon was going to be a map from day one. You look outside of Nakderatosa, and there's a huge moon. There's a crescent moon on this. There's a moon in Der Riese. There was so many hints that moon was going to be a map. And then we've actually got some coordinates, maybe dates / time. It's all very cryptic, and it will eventually make sense, but there are some dates I can pick out. There's one, March 11th 1942, which I'm not really sure. I googled it. There's nothing happening on that date, but June the 24th 1938 is really interesting, because there was a meteor crash in the vicinity of Chikora. I think it was named the Chikora meteor, and there was only 2 fragments of the meteorite ever found in the initial investigations, and that's all I really have. So there was a meteorite which again links up with these space rocks coming in from outer space, the 115 crashing. It's just a load of hints and clues from Treyarch. So they were kind of like, there's much more writing on the wall, but they're the things I could only like pick out and were jumping out to me. And that's kind of it for the storyline, really. Now we're just going to take a look at like some weird stuff you may not even know on the map. It's really unexplainable. So underneath the map there is a shit ton of guns. Starting off with the fountain. If you actually get on the fountain, you can hold X and you you mount an MG42. The MG42 is based underneath the map, and you can fire it. You can't kill the zombies with it, obviously, because it's underneath the map. But it's underneath the map, and it just makes no sense. I have no idea why they put that there, unless they kind of want, unless like they originally planned for us to get outside the map and mount an MG on top of the fountain. That would have been awesome. And not only is there only an MG42 underneath the map, there is a whole array of every mountable gun in the game's database. You've got Brownings, MGs, bars, FG42s, everything that you can mount apart from a DP28 is in this map, underneath the map, which is really, really strange, because we all know about the bipod glitch in Verru, and if you try to mount a bipod on your friend's head, it would crash the game, but they did give us bipodable guns in the mystery box and to buy off the wall. It was really, really strange how they gave us that, but didn't give us the facility to do so, even though it was in the trailer. I don't know if it's like a homage to it. Maybe it was planned, but they just never did it. It's really, really weird. And then I want to show you the weird texture box. Again, it's underneath the map, really close to the MG42. It looks like the default skin texture for a custom zombie map. It's really, really odd. I really don't know what to make of that. You can go inside it, look around. It's a really, really odd box. The next thing I want to point out, and the last thing, is a hidden zombie sign. And this has to be an Easter egg for people with no clip, because someone has physically put this there. There is no chance that they accidentally put that there. Someone has physically put this sign there. And going back to the story, if Richtofen was testing with 115 at this facility with the corpses of the patients, he'd have had to have a sign to say, watch out for the undead movement. So maybe that's a link to that. I really don't know. But that sign has really, really confused me since day one that I saw that sign, which is really weird. And the last thing that I really want to point out really quickly is obviously the hidden song in this map from Lullaby from a Dead Man, Alina Siegerman. If you just hold X on this toilet 3 times, it will play, and it's all a happy time. But there we go, guys. That is the secrets of Verru. Watch out for my other 2 in the series coming very soon on this channel. Other than that, hope you liked it. It has been Goody, and goodbye.